Hello everyone, it's Heather, and for this little video I wanted to hang out with you guys on this very rainy day and share some of my recent finds from my adventures at the flea market. You guys are going to be seeing a vlog soon of a flea market adventure, but I didn't feel like editing it today, so I thought it'd be better just to sit down and hang out with you guys and talk about some interesting objects. So let's get started. So I did a lot of antiquing over April, and I've officially cut myself off for a while, but I wanted to share the things I did find. So I'm just gonna start off this video with the best object that I found, because this is something that I've wanted for a while and she's finally mine. So there's this little antique store I've been going to since, oh gosh, 2019. And every time I go there, I see this little doll sitting on this chair and I wanted her so bad. So the last time I went, they didn't have a price on her because they couldn't get in touch with the vendor. But this time around they did, and I went to go and grab her after the flea market. So here she is. Are you guys ready? If you're scared of dolls, look away. It's Bubbles! So this is my new child. This is Bubbles. She is an F&B. An F&B, man. An F&B Bubbles. And the markings for her are 1924 and made in the USA. So little Bubbles, let me make sure her eyes are, oh, her eyes closed. I wanted to make sure her eyes were fully open for you guys to see. So little Bubbles here actually had this really gross old dress on that was possibly handmade, and it was super stained and it smelled bad. So I decided that she needed a new dress for her new life. So I went to H&M and I actually got to buy baby clothes, which was a lot of fun. And I got her this cute little lace dress. And she's wearing the Sad Baby pin. So I actually found the Sad Baby pin last week at the flea market and I put it on her and I think it works perfectly. And actually the little hairband she's wearing was a lucky find at Claire's that matches this perfectly. I'm so happy with how she turned out, and you'll be seeing Bubbles in many other outfits because I plan to photograph her quite a bit. Getting an old composition doll like this has been on my list for a while, and she's like so big. She's the size of a real baby. She's so cute, and I love how she has so much cracking in her composition. I really have an appreciation for that whole look, and that's what made me want her even more. However, I do have to be really careful with her arms whenever I change her, but she is seriously so cute. And I just love how she has this permanent expression of like shock or something. She's seriously like the funniest thing, and she's so cute, and I'm still figuring out where exactly she's gonna go in here. Just like the rest of my objects, like this back here needs redone, and I gotta find a place for everyone. Ooh. Anyway, moving on to the next object. So I have developed a new sickness, and I am gonna do my very best to not let this become a true disease. So I have some really cool bottles here. My hair is attacking me. And I am sorry it's so dark in here. I need to come up with like a good lighting setup. All right, so the first bottle we have here comes from Eccles Brothers Druggists from Mechanicsburg, PA. I'm so sorry. You guys know I suck at pronouncing things. So I actually looked this up, and this is now an ice cream shop. So what I really like about the bottle is the Poison logo on it. Thought that was super rad, and I like the topper. So this thing's actually glued on, which is both good and bad. I mean, I like it, but you can't really do anything with it, but it's kind of nice that it's glued on because then, you know, it's never gonna come apart again. So I also have a bottle of Bowman's White Pine Compound, and I have this George B. Evans Apothecary bottle from Philadelphia. I thought this one was really cool. I got this at the flea market the other day, and I'm sorry my nails are all chipped, but I guess it goes with my entire aesthetic, so it's fine. This one was too cool not to get, so what I like about this one is that the instructions are actually on the bottle. Isn't that so neat? And there's some little lines for where to fill it. I have no idea what this was from, but it had a really nice feel to it, and I was like, okay. I also got this bottle that's probably from like the 20s or 30s. I don't think it's like super old, but maybe you guys can let me know. This is triple bromides. I actually found this with a little poison label bottle. And then the last bottle I got is one that I just couldn't resist because I don't have one of these yet. This is a bottle for holy water. How freaking cool is that? And then it has this like really neat topper on it and that cross. I mean, that is so cool. At the flea market the other day, there was this entire table of old medicine bottles and I was geeking out, but I was good and I ran away because, like I said, I don't want to develop a bottle collecting sickness because I know there is no cure. So the next thing I have here is something that I found a few weeks ago at the flea market, and I believe this is most likely something that dentists use to practice on. I thought maybe it was like a mold of someone's teeth because they were making something for them, but the more I look at it, the more I think it was a plaster model to do like practicing of reconstructive things on, because there is a tooth on there that definitely has had some work done to it right there. Though if that was my dentist, I think I would be a little concerned because it's still not quite there. But yeah, I thought this was pretty cool. Just a little plaster mold of some teeth on this little stand. Very interesting. It just displays really cool. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to clean it up or leave it kind of grimy though. I also found this really cool early 1900s vanity box. I really like how it's so heavy and it has this wavy outside, and then there are little daisies on the top. So the reason I was so excited to find this is because it actually matches my favorite mirror. So here is my favorite mirror. It has Cupid on it, and as you can see, they're both like the same style and the same material. So now I have a really cool vanity box to put on a future vanity. So I have become quite the little collector of antique books, and I have a stack here of 3 of my recent finds, and wow, they are heavy. So on top here is a little book I found for $1, and there's really not much to say about it other than it has some really interesting poems in it. Oh, The Ancient Mariner is in here. Here's the inside of the book. But there were definitely some poems in here that I really liked, and I believe this book is from the 1880s, if I remember correctly. But for $1, to have this cool little book from 1886 that was illustrated and has so many neat poems in it, I was like, heck yeah. So the next thing I have here is a book that I mainly got to use as a prop for photos. But I had to have it because whenever you open it up, there are pages that have dried flowers inside, and it makes me wonder how many years those have been tucked away inside of this book. Alright, so the next book we have here was actually a really good find, and whenever I saw it at Rogers Flea Market, and you guys are actually going to see this in my next vlog, I knew that it was worth grabbing because there are so many illustrations in this book and it's such interesting subject matter. So this book is titled Wild Beasts, Birds, Reptiles of the World, The Story of Their Capture, and it's by P.T. Barnum. So this book is like super disturbing, and if you love animals, you're gonna hate this book. I love animals and I was highly disturbed, but I knew I had to have this book and I had to read it. And I haven't read it yet, but I'm going to soon. So I actually got this book for quite a steal because this edition of the book goes for quite a bit of money, so I'm pretty excited about it. But there are so many images in the book, from just tame, beautiful images of animals to very graphic imagery of people being killed by the animals that they were hunting, animals killing other animals. There's a lot of like very disturbing and interesting things in this book. It's truly terrible, all the things we have done to animals, and that's why I feel books like this are important so that we don't keep repeating these cruel practices. Here's one of this elephant actually attacking someone, which I don't blame him one bit. So this next book is nothing too awfully exciting, but here's another one that I got for such a good price. So this is the Warner's Universal Educator, and there is literally knowledge about just about everything from law to how to build a house, to information about the stars, to psychology. There is so much in this book. It is crazy cool. Different illustrations and even like blueprints of houses from back in the day. This house only cost $1,400 at the time to build, and there's the blueprints of it. Really cool book, and another one, like I said, I got for an absolute steal because this book is also worth quite a bit, so I'm actually pretty happy about this one. So while we're on the subject of books, here's what I have left related to that. So I found this image for just $3 at the flea market the other day. I thought this would be so cool to put in a neat frame and hang on my wall. So these are some Nestor parrots. I don't know what book this is from, but I think I did pretty good for $3. I'm a real big fan of these engraving illustrations, so how could I pass on something like that? And then just because I wanted to save it, because I really like old papers like this, I got this Harper's Weekly from September 30th, 1893. And what I really liked the most about it was the old advertisements on the back there. Here we go. So on this one, there's an advertisement for like tooth powder and pocket watches and a photographer. Really cool stuff. So I figured I could frame each page from this. Stuff like that's just really interesting for me to read, and for $3, hey. So the last few things I have here are, you guessed it, a stack of photos. And I've kind of made a promise to myself that I'm not gonna buy too much more cabinet cards for a while unless there's something really, really bizarre, because I just have way too many and I'm kind of running out of space. So I am just like taking a break from cabinet cards. But I did find some new tintypes recently. There's this little girl, and I have one that is put away somewhere. I don't think it's in this pile, unfortunately. I think it's still in my bag, but I found this girl that she has some sort of eye condition. It's really interesting, but sorry, I'm wearing shorts and I'm not used to like wearing shorts, so I'm just randomly slapping my leg. Anyway, but I don't know where that that is, but let's start it out by just showing you guys really quickly what I found. So here's this interesting card that's like a film strip almost of this girl and her brother. Couldn't pass up a $1 tintype. I thought this one was really neat. Yeah, so I have all sorts of like little teeny cards, and quite a few of these I'm probably just gonna sell. This one was kind of strange. I have no idea what this is from, but it says Old Man's Puzzle and Old Woman's Puzzle. So if you guys know what this is, let me know, because it's kind of neat. If there's a name on it, I pretty much always have to buy it. Like, oh, I thought this one had a name, but it doesn't. But there's one just like this in the pile. Hold on. Okay, here it is. It might even be the same exact girl. So this one is dated 1866, and the little girl's name was Ida, and that might be Lydia? I can't quite read this, but 1866. Isn't that so crazy? And there's what the back of it looks like. So I had to save that one. I got her for $1. Here's another one of those little cards, and it says just 9 pounds. I think 9 pounds is pretty big for a baby, isn't it? So this next one is so cool, and I'm actually gonna scan this and put it online. So the name of this gentleman is Charles Scott, and his dog is named Kid. Look how cute. The little dog has his little teeth sticking out. This I had to save. This is so adorable. So I'm not going to show like every single cabinet card I found because it would take forever, but I wanted to show you guys this really special one that I've been posting online. This is so gorgeous. I couldn't even believe it whenever I found her. So look at how big her sleeves are. They had to make the cabinet card in like a landscape orientation to be able to fit those gigantic sleeves on there. Isn't that amazing? I'm always blown away from the fashion of the 1890s. Like, it's just crazy to me how big the sleeves were. Can you imagine? And she even has like little hair clips in. I love this one a lot. This is definitely one of my new favorite pieces. So I actually finally added some stereo cards to my collection. And this one is of the Rock of Ages, and I thought it was so pretty. Very, very interesting. This one is of an Easter scene of the resurrection. This one is of some little girls. Here's one of a girl and some kitties. And you know, I still have to get a viewer for these. It's been on my list forever now. Here is a scene from Canada. Another scene of some frozen Niagara Falls. And then this is actually kind of funny because I love doing photos of black and white sunsets. There's just something about them, and here is a sunset at Niagara Falls. Could you imagine the frustration of these early photographers when they couldn't do things in color? This one was really cool, and a lot of you that follow my Instagram at Heather Explores really like this photo. So this is the catacombs in Brussels, Belgium, and this is probably like from the 1890s, I would imagine. So many flowers. So this one is a kind of controversial image, and I just wanted to say that I in no way condone this at all, and I think this is a very evil industry. I just am fascinated by images of old stores. I just think they're so interesting. This image is from a fur parlor in Canada, so I think the fur industry is absolutely disgusting and evil, but this is just so fascinating, honestly. So there's the fur parlor, and I mean, there are just the craziest taxidermy creations there. I feel like I'm missing something, like there was something else that was really, really neat that I got, but I guess the only thing that really matters is that I got little Bubbles here, and she's so cool, and I can't wait to do some shoots with her. I'm gonna be taking her around quite a bit, though I kind of wish she wasn't such a gigantic doll, because then it's kind of hard to like lug her around to different places because I worry about like her getting broken or something. But you will definitely be seeing more of my adventures with Bubbles here. So if you're not already, be sure to follow me on my Instagram, and I'm also on TikTok. TikTok where I cover strange and unusual places that you can go visit. So I want to thank you all so much for watching this video, and if you're not already, please subscribe. Help me bring my little channel back to life. I'm going to do my very best to upload a weekly video where we cover different topics of strange, unusual, and interesting things. Alright, that's all for now. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite object was. Comments are open, so please be kind, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!